Good morning, Americans. This is your favorite alien on the morning of Tuesday, January 23rd, 2024. And today is a campaign announcement from the campaign manager of Ralph Crandon. Good morning, Americans. This is your favorite alien, the campaign manager for the Ralph Crandon presidential campaign with a special campaign announcement. Well, today is the New Hampshire primary. As CNN and Fox are recording, they're expecting a coronation for Donald J. Trump and the Republican Party. And I want to speak to you Republicans. As a third-party candidate, Mr. Crandon asked me to give you this message. What the hell are you guys thinking about here? Oh yeah, we'll go vote for Donald J. Trump because his policies work. Did they really? Not in the long run, they didn't. They're worse than the policies of Joseph Biden, and he's way down there below awful and oblivion on his policies. But Trump is way down there. He's in there with Mr. You-know-who with the red suit down there. Really, Republicans? Why would you entrust your party to somebody like that? Is Nikki Haley perfect? Heck no. Is she even halfway to perfect? Wow. She worked for Donald J. Trump, didn't she? Boy. She's in the same neighborhood as DeSantis. I know she don't like to be labeled like that. But to attack Trump now, that's only the two of them left, and she voted for him to be pledged if he won the nominee to the party, that she would support him just like Mr. DeSantis did. For you Republicans that abhor Trump. And there's a lot to abhor there. Insurrection, authoritarianism, uses people and then throws them away. Really? Because he doesn't like their opinions? And some of them had good opinions, and he threw them away. Or they won't do what I want them to do. As in his Bill Barr, who was a lousy attorney general. Both times he was appointed. But he had something good there. He didn't find any subversiveness or any illegal election. And he was the Attorney General Republican looking at this. The State Attorney General of Georgia, Mr. Rattenberger. How can you growl at him for doing the same thing that the Attorney General of the United States did in the state of Georgia? Upholding the Constitution. Okay? But you don't have any Constitution. Donald J. Trump has told you don't have any Constitution by the way he's doing things. The way he acts himself in a judicial setting. Oh, there is a witch hunt! And I'm not anti-Trump. I'm not pro-Trump. I just think that Mr. Trump is a bad example to be a president of the United States. He's always been bad. Even when he ran his casinos. He lost them, didn't he? Yeah. And he took a lot of people out of work. You don't remember that back in the 1980s, do you? Ivana Trump tried to do the right thing, and he overruled her. His own wife cost him divorce in 1992. I don't blame Ivana. May she rest in peace. Then he went over there with Marla Maples, and now poor Melania Trump. Oh, poor girl. Why did she associate with him? And her son, Darren Trump. Boy, is he forever going to be tagged with that Trump name, isn't he? But you see, Americans, here's the situation. You got two presidential candidates that you can't stand. The Democrats, because they want to be extremist leftists, and Joseph Biden has been anything but extremist leftists. His policies, well, they don't work well. Because they don't have any sound backing to them. Neither does Trump's right-wing policies. Do you want do you want to be a totalitarian states, Republicans? Vote for Trump, and that's what you're going to get. Like he says, I'll be a dictator for one day. Heck, Adolf Hitler one day put all the things together that he wanted. So he wasn't a dictator for one day. He just started it in one day. And he had the right people at the right places to put it. That's something that Trump hasn't had, and he doesn't have the knack to do that. Put the people in the right places at the right time. Hitler did that, Trump doesn't. So that's going to cause chaos in his administration. Just like Biden will have chaos in his administration. Worse than he has today if he gets a second administration. Because remember, presidential administrations have been chaos in a second one. Just look at George Washington's second administration. Oh boy, was that terrible. And it led right into John Adams' first administration, which was chaos with the XYZ affair. You don't realize that? He had to bring George Washington back and appoint him as general of the United States armies just to get peace. You don't see that in history books, do you, Americans? No. In 1798, Andrew Jackson's second administration was a disaster. His first administration was like Donald J. Trump's first administration. But his second administration, by the time that Martin Van Buren got in office in 1837, he got what Mr. Hoover got from the Republicans from the Harding/Coolidge administration. Depression! See what I mean, Americans? And these were Democrats and Republicans. They both have been disastrous on the second administration. Look at Ulysses S. Grant's second administration. Oh boy, did he have a disaster there, huh? Yeah. Or Grover Cleveland's second administration, even though they weren't consecutive, they could call that a second administration, just like Trump is trying to do. Because he had Benjamin Harrison in the middle of his two administrations. Because he won an election and lost to Benjamin Harrison, then won against Benjamin Harrison. That's what Trump's trying to do against Biden. Lose and win, and then Biden becomes the bookends. He becomes the bookends to Biden's administration. Oh, boy. So as a campaign manager for Ralph Camden, to you Republicans, I say, is this really what you want? And to you Democrats, I say, is this really what you want? Disaster on both ends of the parties. Your two-party system doesn't work anymore. Your Constitution doesn't work anymore. You don't even understand your preamble, which is your prime directive, let alone the doctrine, which is your Constitution. Therefore, your nation is in crisis. This is a campaign manager for Ralph Crandon. Good day.